How you doing, guys and gals? It's Doug Wilson from Yellow Hawk Custom Kydex and gear and knives. Anyway, if you're a regular to this channel, if you follow what I do in any way, shape, or form, then you probably know about a few knife designs that I have being made that are on the market now. Okay, two of those knife designs are the LMF1, which is a small, basic, medium-sized bushcrafter. Okay, and by the way, the LMF1 was designed after the Ray Mears wood war knife. Okay, the BMF2, which is a basic French trapper style, okay, with a few modifications. And then my Delta Whiskey Backcountry, which is, I'll show it to you, but that's not what I'm talking about here. Okay? Okay, so you guys stick around. I'm going to talk about the old LMF1 and BMF2 and then the new ones I'm having made. So stick with us. So let's get to it, the LMF1 and the BMF2. The LMF stands for light multifunction, okay? That's this knife here. Light multifunction. This is the basic multifunction. Okay, it's a bigger knife. All right, now, these two knives are second generation. Okay, this one and this one. All right, this knife here is the first generation BMF2. I don't really have a second generation LMF1. Okay, the BMF2, this is the first generation. These are the first ones that I had made over in England by, basically it's a small knife makers guild who designs, and not designs, but builds knives according to your design and then ships them to you. Okay, and then you do whatever the hell you want with them. Okay, this is 01 tool steel. These are not cryo quenched. The first ones were not cryo quenched. There's not a whole lot of difference between cryo quenching and non-cryo quenching. There really isn't. Okay, however, it does make a little bit of difference. Makes it a little bit tougher, a little bit better edge retention. Okay, I don't see a whole lot of difference in it. Okay, so there it is. That's the first generation.
It belongs to me.
And this one is Bob's, right? Okay, this one and this one's Bob's, and this one's mine. All right, this is the second generation. I redesigned it a little bit, made it more user-friendly, if you want to say that.
It's a little narrower.
A little narrower, a little more control over the blade. The handle's a little bit thinner, so you can get your hands around it real good. Okay, it's got that basic French trapper look to it. 3/16 inch 01 tool steel, cryo quenched. Okay, it's a nice knife. For those of you guys who have them, and I know there's quite a few of you out there that have the BMF2, it's a great knife.
Very good, very nice knife in conjunction with a bigger knife.
Right.
It's an excellent knife.
All right, so there's that one. And the LMF1, this is the smaller one. Same basic steel configuration, 01 cryo quenched. Micarta scales, fisheye pin and tube hardware. This one's a Scandi grind. This guy is a modified Saber grind. I call it a Scandi Sabe, okay? It's in between, all right? Okay, so I had them made in England, shipped over here. Honestly, that was a pain in the ass. very hard to get it right. And with every lot of knives, they were coming in different. The lot of knives were coming in, you know, like the grinds were off or whatever. I'd have to send them back, have them reworked. Just a bunch of bullcrap involved in overseas stuff, okay? So I got this brainstorming, okay? And I got Mike Wallace, who's building my Delta Whiskey backcountry. I figured, why not have him make these too? All right? And I'll have them made out of CPM 3V steel, which is a lot tougher, a lot more wear resistant, just a better steel overall than 01, okay? Or any forgeable steel, in my opinion, okay? That could be a fact, all right? A lot of guys are coming around now to the super steels, okay? Just because they're better steels. I can't put it any other way, okay? Now, are there some forgeable steels that come close to these super steels? Sure, 52-100 comes pretty close, all right? W2 can come a little close, you know. Peter Kohler, he's real good at forgeable steels, okay? So anyway, just a shout out to Pete Kohler. He's another guy I have make knives for me on occasion.
Beautiful
okay?
knives.
And I tell you, his are gorgeous, all right?
And functional.
Him and I have a collaboration on a couple of knives, the Timber Hawk and the Grizzly Hawk, where he builds the knife, I put the sheath on it, and it's a system, okay, a knife and sheath system. Mike Wallace and I do the same thing. He builds the knives, I put my sheath on it, and it becomes a knife and sheath system, okay? This one's Peter Kohler, Delta Whiskey Backcountry Fighter version. W2 steel. This thing is a workhorse. Beautiful knife and extremely woods worthy, okay? There's the sheath for it. Got a horizontal baldric system, can be turned into a vertical baldric system. Tech lock on the back, ATAX, Vista, sheath, Kydex, okay?
Another thing about him is that he does beautiful woodwork on the handles. His handles are really beautiful.
Pete's handles are gorgeous.
They're artistic.
They're
They
gorgeous.
very much are.
Okay, so I got the brainstorm to have Mike Wallace start building the LMF1 and the BMF2 in the States by an American knife maker who instills that American value system on a knife.
Made in America.
Right, made in America.
America.
So here's what we got, okay? Let me show this one first, all right? Now, we redesigned the LMF1 and the BMF2 just a little bit, okay? I strayed away from that traditional Ray Mears wood lure style for the LMF, and I made the knife a little bigger, okay? The blade is a little fatter. It's got more of a belly to it, okay? And as you all know, I love blades with bellies, okay?
Me too.
They're very functional, okay? So there's the difference between the two blades. Get them closer. All right, there's the difference. All right, the steel, because it is CPM 3V and not 01 tool steel, it's a little thinner. So the grind can be thinner as well, and you get better finesse out of this knife, okay? The LMF1 is a finessing knife. It's a small to medium bushcrafter that will do 90% of what you need a knife to do in camp, okay? Including batoning small pieces of wood, okay? So let me show you real quick. All right, let me get a piece of wood here. All right, this knife will baton, okay? Don't let anybody tell you that it won't, because it will, all right? This CPM 3V is tough steel, very tough, okay? So you can have the blade stock thinner than, say, a forgeable steel in most cases, okay? The handles are G10. Now these knives are for order right now. Contact me, place your order. Now honestly, it's gonna probably take 4 or 5 weeks, maybe 6, maybe 7, okay? before you actually get the entire system in your hand. Because Mike has to build it, then he sends it to me for the sheath. You and I discuss what you want for a sheath. I build the sheath, then I send the whole system to you. Okay? So there's the LMF1. You got your choice of handle scales, colors, liners, meteorite finish, textured bone finish. Mike's got all kinds of stuff. You got to go on his website and look to see all the different options for handles. Okay? For the scales, liners, whatnot. Okay? He can do a full flat grind, a modified saber grind like this. Okay? And you just saw modified saber grinds do great for batoning. Okay? It's just works great.
No brainer.
Right, it's a no-brainer. Okay, so there's the LMF1. I picked this handle scale. Okay, I picked this finish, this color. All right, he's got 30 other ones that you could pick from. Okay, there's that one. Now you got the BMF2. Okay, slightly bigger than the original. Okay, you can see it.
There's generation 1 on top, generation 2 on the bottom.
Right.
In comparison to that, you can see it's a little wider bellied, more spear pointed, and it has a higher, the higher grind is up on the top than these are kind of low, and just a bigger knife than these two. Right. Here.
Modified saber grind on this one. I like saber grinds. Okay. That's one of my favorite grinds. I even like it better than a Scandi grind, believe it or not. Okay. All right, 3/16 inch stock. All right, now the only difference between yours and this one is this. I'm having the production models have the G10 come all the way into the ricasso right here. So this whole area is going to be filled up with G10 on both sides. Okay, gives you a little better purchase on the knife, and it makes it easier to Kydex. Makes it more stable Kydexing form of knife. Okay, you just got to trust me on that one. Okay, so like I said, successive versions of this, if you order one, is going to have the G10 filling up the whole ricasso area, just like the LMF1 has. Okay, all right, there it is. So the LMF1 and the BMF2 are for order right now. CPM 3V, built by Mike Wallace at Wallace Edge Tools. Okay, I'm going to do another video on reviewing these two. I'm going to show you what they can do. Okay, feather sticking, batoning, all that stuff that you need a knife to do. This is your most important tool. Why not make it super high quality so that it never fails you? Right, Bob?
Yeah, the drop point and the spear point are probably some of the most traditional knife designs in the United States. And they're probably the most basic, and they're best for doing all-around tasks. They really are. So I tend to like them.
Good?
Good to go. Real quick, for you, those of you guys, we talk about Moras all the time and the Pukas and all. This is a Haltafors that's made in Sweden. It cost me 11 bucks from the UK. I really like this knife, even though it's a short little blade. It has a nice big handle, and it's real easy if you just, I did some of this. I'm not a big whittler or whatever, but this thing, you have a lot of control on it. See, all you gotta do is curve this big nice edge here, this nice blade here. Look, it just does it, and it's only $11 blade. It comes with a plastic sheath. You can get Doug to make you a nice tight one. Great little knife. Comes from the UK. Haltafors from Sweden.
Haltafors.
11 bucks, brothers. 11 bucks. Okay. Just wanted to throw that in there. I don't know how much time we have left there.
All right, guys. So that's it for this video. I just wanted to show you the LMF1 light multifunction and the BMF2 that I'm having built by Mike Wallace at Wallace Edge Tools. You order the knives through me, he builds them, he sends them to me, you and I discuss sheath options. I build the sheath for the knives or the knife. I actually designed them to go as a pair, but you can order them singly. Okay? okay? Because personally, I carry 3 knives most often in the field. A bigger knife like this, a medium to small bushcrafter, and then a small like Victorinox Trekker or something like that for really small tasks, cutting rope, stuff like that. Okay, that one. That's the knife I usually carry, but without the serrations. Okay. All right, guys, that's it for this video on the LMF1 and BMF2, designed by Doug Wilson, built by Mike Wallace at Wallace Edge Tools. I'll see you on the next video. Please like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you.